All right, there we go on that. So let's minimize this. And we're back here. Good morning again. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let me take the front if you don't mind. There's a few things, not a lot, that I wanted to go over today and just see where you are in this conversation because I want to make sure you're added to it. There's currently, we're talking about current news at the moment. Current events is what they call it in school. Hopefully, they're still doing that. Current events are very important that you know what's going on, um, not only financially, but just in general. I don't know how much you put into investigating what's actually happening. We started out, I believe, I asked you to start with the town hall meeting and then eventually move out to the um, states meeting, which I do believe all can be done online. You don't really have to go anywhere, but you're able to hear some of the things that are being discussed about your city and state. Currently, we are in, like I said, an evolution. You're coming out of one piece of paper. I got my wallet. Let me see if I have $1 in there. Nope. Bears a bone. Um, you're coming out of one and you're going into two. Now, a lot of people don't really catch that part, and I want you to catch that part. That part is you're going into two, you're going into a digital currency, and you're also going into a cryptocurrency. Okay. You're going into two. They're both digital. So you could say it's an electronic evolution, but they are very different. And I want you to know the difference. Okay. So that's what we're going to discuss today, along with a few of the current events that are actually happening at this moment. So, number one, um, hold on 1 second. All right. Number one, there are a couple of different things that you would know about as far as, quote, money is concerned. What we are used to, what we've been passing across the counter, is a debt instrument. No one has ever called it that except, I believe, myself and some of you that have heard it from me. Not to try to say that I'm the only one that's ever said it, but comprehension and understanding of it is a different story. As we know, the paper that we're using right now is a debt instrument. It has no value, it has nothing backing it. So it's just a piece of paper. That cannot be said for what's coming. Now, you already have heard me discussing XRP, Solana, different coins and different um, offerings that are currently there. We all know about Bitcoin, but I want you to think about any coin that you look at to start to invest in. Always find out what's backing it. Okay. Some of these coins are just for utilities. They are a purpose to move cryptocurrency known as gas. I want to talk about that a little bit just so that you understand what gas is. Gas is the payment. Remember me talking about the fees and what have you that are involved in moving cryptocurrency back and forth from either the wallet to the cold storage to someone else, doesn't matter. If you move it, there are fees that need to be paid to move it. Okay. Some of these fees are exorbitant, which is very high. Some aren't, depends on the coin that you're using and who you're using it through, which are known as exchanges, wallets. Um, you really can use it from cold storage to cold storage, but you would have to give that person, of course, your receiving address, and they can send it straight out of their cold storage straight to yours. Doesn't have to hit the wallet. Okay, so I want you to know that you have options when it comes to moving cryptocurrencies. Now, here's one that we have not talked a lot about, but you've heard it multiple times. And that is electronic currency. Okay? Currency, digital currency. Digital currency is the representation of the paper or I don't have my little prop, the dollar of that country. So the digital representation is called digital currency. Okay? That could be moved on the exchange as well with your address because it's digital, but it is actually used as the paper. So, for instance, I'll just use this seed packet. Let's just say that you move $50 of digital currency. It will be able to purchase things because it will be the representation of the paper of the country. So in layman's terms, or as easy as possible, you would be sending this in digital format if that was $1. So we haven't done that yet, not yet, but very shortly you're going to do that on a regular basis. This is why I need everyone, not only my youngins or my youth, but all the adults are on here too. Start using your wallets. Get used to using that address, going to go get it, copy it, sending it to people, send it to yourself. Email it to yourself, just so that you know how to move your address, because that's what you're going to use. Eventually, you're going to be carrying around the phone, which will have the QR codes to wherever you want to send it. And it is big, done. It's moved in seconds. So that is going to be the mode of purchasing, moving it, receiving it, and saving it. Okay, so both of your devices, not only your phone, but your cold storage can do these processes alike. Okay, so it is important, it's very important that you get used to moving your currency. Now, a lot of you are still waiting for me to send over, and that is coming, but I want to make sure I have an equal portion for everybody. Okay, that's been the holdup, not the fact that I don't want to send it. I want to have an equal portion for each of you, and it will be XRP. Okay, so when the time comes, it's been a while now, probably 3 months, 4 months or more, but I'm going to make sure that you get that. And then once you get it, take a little piece of it because it should be enough for you to practice moving it. I want you to take $20 or whatever, just take an amount and push it to your cold storage if you have one. If you don't have one, don't worry. You will shortly because we're going to make sure that all of you and everyone else has one. It's a product on a promise delivered. Okay, the first 3 grades. It's product for you to get the cold storage of your choice. Now, they'll all be on there. You get which one you want, but I do recommend whichever one you are thinking about getting, because there's a bunch of them. You can always, if you don't know how many cold storage devices there are, just simply put it in YouTube, put in best cold storage 2025 for this year. And it should give you a list of different cold storages. Now, how do you shop for cold storage? The cold storage should be easy for you to use, not for other people. All right. It has to match your abilities as far as knowing digital currency and cryptos and just, the process. How technical are you? Okay. So that's the first question you would ask yourself. Second question, price. Okay, I don't want anyone going out and getting the $300 and $400 wallets. It's not necessary. First, get used to using them. So $60, $67, I believe the um, Tangent is. It's like different prices. You can get the 2 card, which is a little cheaper. You can get the 3 card, a little bit more, or you could go with a different type. I'm only saying Tangent because it's so easy to set up if you have good cards. That has been a problem. And if you do get a batch of bad cards, return them. So when you do get your devices, keep the packaging, okay, until you've set it up. All right. It's easier to send it back if you have all the information. So just get this out of the package, put the package aside, go set it up. If there's a problem setting it up, or there's an issue, you have all the packaging to send it back. Okay, that's one hint that I think a couple of the users on here have had problems with the cards. They're all 3 cards don't load. So anything is possible. Keep the packaging so you can send it back and get a proper one sent back. Now, wallets. Now, wallets are all over the place. Again, best cryptocurrency wallets 2025. Go through the list. Check all the features, what it does, what are the limits to go back and forth. This is the same thing for the cold storage. You want to see the features, you want to know how much you can move on a daily basis, monthly basis. All that information is in there when you go to purchase them, and you're going to the actual company that makes them. Do not buy these things anywhere else, period. No conversation on that, period. The wallet, same thing. Check the features. How easy is it to use? Do does the features that you're looking for or what you're going to be using it for fit what you're doing? And of course, price. Most of them are free. Okay. Most, not all. Some wallets are paid depending on the features. Again, crypto.com has a feature built in that you have to put a certain amount of cryptocurrency in stake, which is basically letting them have a bottom line. The same thing the bank does. That's why I don't like crypto.com. People use it. Me personally, no. I'm good because they have the same tendencies and tactics as the street or the bank down the street. And I don't like those tactics. You're using me for your good, but you know, I just don't like it. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. I'm not uh, discounting them in any way. It is the easiest crypto debit card, which is the next thing um, to get because they offer it. And the features, this is what you need to shop for when you're looking for a crypto debit card. Same thing, put it in YouTube, best crypto debit cards 2025. Now it's going to bring up a whole line of them. What you are looking for is cards that you can use in the United States, US. Are they compatible to US usage? All right. And then you have to go a step further because people in New York, Texas, and a few other places, you can't even use some of these things. And that's ridiculous to me. But you have to check also with your state. What can you use? What can't you use? All right. That's important as well. We're going to have to get around that some kind of way. But until the state has come aboard, which I do believe, because once they go crypto or the oh my goodness, getting blanks this morning. Need to tune up. Um, Quantum, they're going to have to go crypto because Quantum Financial is digital. So they're going to have to get off of that stuff trying to tell the people that live there, you can't use this, you can't use that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, check your state to see if you could use these things to make sure If not, you have to, work something out. It's not so important. If you have people in other states that, can use it, you just use their address. First ask, and then use theirs. It's all in the zip code. Once they get it, they can mail it to you and you can still use it. You're using it through their state. Okay, so when they say, oh, well, like I know for two, New York and Texas, people that live there, oh, you can't use this. Okay, great. I know somebody who lives in Maryland. They can use it. Call them up. Hey, can I use your address? I need to get a crypto debit card, and they're going off the address. You may be able to do it. I don't think as long as it's one that doesn't require KYC, and you shouldn't need a KYC for a crypto debit card because it's just using cryptos to buy things. If they do want a KYC, you're kind of stuck. That's all there is to it. But if they don't, which I know for a fact, two of them that don't, then you just use the person's address and then get the card sent to them. Of course, it's going to go to them because you're using their address and they just mail it to you. Done. And start getting used to using those. You're going to, like I said, you're going to receive enough XRP to move it around a little bit. I want you to move it to it's going to come into your wallet because I believe that's what I asked for, all your wallet addresses. It's going to go to your wallet. You're going to move it from your wallet to your cold storage. And you're also going to move it, if you have one, to your crypto debit card and go buy something. I want you to see the whole process, not just moving it. So from the wallet, when you get it from me, you're going to send some to cold storage. That's savings. You're just going to put them over there. You decide how much. I'm not even going to give a number. Some goes to cold storage. So it's already in the wallet, so you know how to use that. And then some's going to go to the crypto debit card. Okay. When it goes to the crypto debit card that you choose, you're going to take that debit card, you're going to go to the store where Visa and MasterCard are accepted. Okay. Buy something. Do you have to, when you get to the counter, say, Miss Teller or Mr. Teller, I'm buying this pair of glasses and I'm using cryptocurrency to pay for it. Do you have to do that? Absolutely not. Again, that's like telling people how much you make per hour. That is private information. You don't have to divulge that at the counter. You just put the card into the thing and wait for it to go beep. Done. Use it the same way you would a regular bank issued debit card. You put it up to the thing, it's got the little echo on it. You hold it up to the thing, it's going to go beep, and you're done. Okay? There's no need to explain what the card is. I know for a fact somebody's going to do it. So let it not be you. There's no need to explain what you're using when you pay for it. You're using a debit card. That's it. All right. If it doesn't work, it's either because the card is new or what have you. But try it and try it again a couple of times. Make sure your PIN is right because you're going to set a PIN. Set that PIN the same as you set all your other PINs. Or if you want to make it specifically different, do so, but don't make it so that you can't remember it. Okay, 9 times out of a card failure at the terminal is because the person is either putting the wrong PIN in or they moved it while it was trying to read it. When you put the card up, I know you guys know how to do this stuff, but I still have to speak on it. When you put the card on the device, you have to be still. If you move around, it breaks the feed. Okay, remember it's sending stuff Bluetooth. So if the Bluetooth moves around while it's trying to set a communication, it's going to fail. Or when you're pushing the pins in, don't be lazy, lay the finger across the numbers, use the tip of the finger, that way you don't hit a bad number. Okay, tip of the finger, done. You should hear, the receipt starts feeding out of the machine. Get your receipt, get the bag, get out the door. You have made a purchase with cryptocurrency and didn't have to say a word to no one. Once you have done that and made that complete transaction, you're in the ballpark. Now it's just going to be practice. Don't keep doing it. I'm just saying, I want you to do it once to see and get the experience for yourself. And then as we start moving through the system, you're buying stuff online, you're buying stuff at the house because you're going to have a crypto debit card. You're going to load it with some of the stuff out of the back office. Okay. And then you basically go buy things. Now, the last thing, of course, is the cell phone, which I have in my pocket. This is the fourth thing. The cell phone is able to do all three of those things that we just talked about and actually make a purchase. If you have your phone set up to where you can bring up a debit card, I haven't set mine up yet, but basically you can bring up the card on the screen and you can put this phone next to the thing at the store and it'll take the payment just like your card, just like anything else. It's reading it. So you put it up there, it'll read it, beep, and you're done. So the phone, and this is why I asked everyone to start studying how to use the phone, how to go into the apps, to open the apps, log into the apps. A lot of times it's either with a code that you set up or facial recognition, however you got it set up. Go in and out a couple times. Okay, just pull up your apps, go to the app, touch on it, log in. Make sure you could do that smoothly. Not, where's the app? What's the name of the wallet? You shouldn't be like that. Okay, you could set up a special screen on your phone if your phone allows you to have multiple home screens. Slide over your regular home screen like mine. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So that's my regular home screen, right? So if I slide to the right, too many fingers touching the screen, it goes to another home screen that has other icons. Okay, so I can go from one to the other. Most phones can do that. If you can do that, then all you simply would do is put all your wallets on the next screen. Okay, as you load the app, you're gonna load it onto this or the next screen. So you could go right, just swipe over and go to whatever wallet or cold storage. You can put them all on the same page. Touch it once, log in, you're done. Log out. Get practicing on that. Okay, so I wanted to go through the four things because I do believe, now this is just my feeling, is that number one, we're going to launch very shortly because I actually have looked at the website. Okay, I've logged into the back office admin side and I can make all the adjustments and movements just like, it's there. The product line and list is being built. Again, it is a little tedious because all these different price ranges, but that's almost complete. I was supposed to talk to him at 2 o'clock today, and that's where I get to see him use the website. Okay. Um, what else? Still working on a crypto debit card for you. So you guys will have that. And the reason why I'm telling you guys, because you're going in first, right? I want to make sure all of the youngins go in first. So you have to know this stuff like now, because of the simple fact you'll be in there first. All right. So start practicing, get ready, and then we'll go ahead and take off when we get the green key. Um, Let me go back to the homework and I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys. Hold on. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Yeah, there's four. All right. And I do believe there's a bonus purchase order. The floor is yours.
Mr. Lewis, can I go first?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so corporation. A corporation is a legal entity that is separate from its owners. It can own property, enter contracts, sue or be sued, and make profits. Corporations are owned by shareholders and managed by board of directors. For example, Apple Inc. is a corporation. It sells iPhones, MacBooks, and other products while being owned by shareholders who invest in the company. Comprehension. Comprehension means understanding something like a text, idea, or a concept. It means understanding the meaning and making sense of information. For example, after reading a story about space travel, I showed good comprehension by explaining how astronauts prepare to go into space or have that mental training. And financial law refers to the rules and regulations that govern money related activities, including banking, investments, and financial transactions. It ensures that businesses, individuals, and governments follow legal guidelines when dealing with finances. For example, insider trading laws prevent people from using secret company information to buy or sell stocks unfairly. Currency value. Currency value is the worth of one's country's money compared to another or its purchasing power in the economy. It can change based on factors like inflation, supply and demand, and economic stability. For example, if 1 US dollar equals 150 Japanese yen, the currency value of the dollar is stronger than the yen in that exchange rate. And that's it for me.
Excellent job, sir.
Mr.
Mr.
Lewis, could I
Lewis,
go next?
I'll let you two
Ashley,
work that out.
you can
No,
go.
you could go. No, you can go. Okay, I could go. Okay. A corporation is a large business or company legal that is legally separate from the people who own it or run it. It can make money, sign contracts, own property, and even be taken to court. People who invest in a corporation are called shareholders, and they can earn profits called dividends. One big advantage of the corporation is that owners are not personally responsible for the company's debt. Corporations can grow very large and operate in many countries around the world. Comprehension means understanding something clearly, especially when reading, listening, or learning new information. If you have good if you have good comprehension, you can explain what something means in your own words. It helps you understand it helps you answer questions, follow directions, and solve problems. Teachers often test comprehension by asking questions about a story or lesson. The better your comprehension is, the easier it is to learn and remember things. Financial law is the set of rules that control how much money is used, especially in banks, businesses, and start in the stock market. These laws can help keep the economy fair and safe by preventing fraud, theft, and unfair deals. For example, financial law makes sure companies tell the truth about their profits and that banks don't cheat customers. Breaking financial laws can lead to big fines or even jail time. These laws protect people's monies and keep the system running smoothly. Currency value is how much money from one country is worth compared to money from another country or goods and services. It changes all the time based on how strong or weak the country is. the country's economy is. For example, one US dollar might be worth more or less than one euro or yen. If a currency's value goes down, things from another country become more expensive to buy. Currency value is important for international trade, travel, and investing. And that's it for me.
Perfect job. Thank you so much.
Mr. Lewis, may I go next?
Yes, ma'am.
A corporation is a legal entity that is separate from its owners, which are shareholders. In the eyes of the law, corporations have some rights and responsibilities like an individual, and being incorporated gives you credibility and professionalism. Comprehension is the ability to understand something formally, but not just in that moment. You understand how to do it forever because you realize what you have to do and apply it whenever the situation calls for the concept you just grasped. Financial law is a branch of law that regulates dealings between borrowers and lenders. Financial law is law that has anything to do with banks and financial services. It is also important because it governs the financial industry, making sure that there is fairness and stability in consumer protection. Currency value is the rate of growth of a country's monetary system. The value of a country's currency is due to the land inhabited. The value is found in the land. For example, the Kuwaiti currency is the top out of 15 strongest currency due to it being an oil-rich land. And that's it for me.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will go next.
Yes, sir.
Corporation. A corporation is a company or group of people authorized to act as a single entity and recognized as such in law. Currency value. Currency value is the worth of a currency in terms of its purchase power. Comprehension. Comprehension is the action of capability of understanding. Financial law. Financial law is a branch of law focused on the regulation and legal aspects of the financial markets.
Perfect.
Mr. Lewis, can I go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Corporation is a legal entity created by individuals or shareholders with the purpose of operating for profit. These entities are liable to be sued, own assets, borrow from financial institutions, enter contracts, and more. In order to legally create a corporation, you must go through a process called incorporation that creates legally binding documents that discusses the purpose of the corporation, the name and location, and the number of shares or shareholders within the business. This process also gives provided protection. It's like a protection feature for individuals who own these corporations from being personally liable in any kind of legal claim or lawsuit. In order to commence legal business, corporations must establish a board of directors that are elected by the shareholder or shareholders during an annual meeting. These individuals can also become directors or chief executive officers. Each shareholder is entitled to one vote per share, but they are not obliged to take part in the daily activities of keeping the corporation afloat. Comprehension is the key to understanding and is one of the fundamentals for success across every aspect of life. It involves not only the understanding of surface level knowledge, but it involves understanding the root of that knowledge as well as being able to properly tie information together. Whether it's reading a book, learning a new language, or engaging in conversation, comprehension is a crucial element in daily life. There are different levels to understanding, such as academic or basic comprehension and emotional comprehension. Academic comprehension consists of being able to understand, make meaning of, and interpret academic texts, which goes just beyond simply decoding words and involves high levels of critical thinking and proper analysis. Emotional comprehension is the ability to understand the foundation, causes, and consequences of emotions. It's also being able to recognize and express your emotions in a mature and controlled way. Financial law is a branch of law that regulates the legal action in any and every financial market. This includes the management of money, banking, investments, financial securities, and all transactions that have been made within the financial sector. Financial law is both a private and public sphere. The public side of financial law deals with public regulations and governmental oversight, whereas the private side of financial law deals with private entities and individual finance dealings. Many corporations and businesses have financial lawyers who provide advice on legal financial matters, and this advice can go to individuals, banks, financial institutions, and on a range of financial matters. This includes the comprehension of financial transactions and regulatory acts, financial litigation and contract disputes, guidance on regulatory matters, drafting and negotiating financial contracts, mergers, acquisition, and corporate financial guidance through bankruptcy and financial restructuring. Currency value is determined by purchasing power and is determined like any other good or service in a market economy, which means it's determined by supply and demand. Supply and demand are influenced by a number of factors, which includes inflation, interest rates, capital flow, and money supply. Currency was introduced as a way to get rid of the barter system. Early currencies were known as commodity money, meaning that their intrinsic value was derived from precious metals. However, this commodity money became known as something that was impractical, so they created something called representative money. Representative money had way less intrinsic value, but it is backed by the ability to be traded for a physical commodity. During World War I, the government faced a detrimental amount of deficits, and because of this, many countries were forced to be rid of the gold standard so that they could print money freely. Following World War II and the Vietnam War, representative money was abandoned globally in 1971. The abandonment of representative money is what fostered the creation of our current currency value, which is the fiat dollar. It doesn't possess any intrinsic value, and it is not backed by any commodity. The value is simply determined by supply and demand, and it was designed to ease the severity of any crisis the country may face because the government is able to simply just print more currency. And that's it for me.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Thank you.
May I go next, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Corporation. Corporation is a legal entity that separates from its owners, typically formed to conduct business. It has its own rights, liabilities, and obligations, meaning it can own assets and enter contracts, sue or be sued, and pay taxes independently of its owners. Financial law. Financial law refers to the set of legal rules and regulations that governs financial transactions, institutions, and markets. It covers areas such as banking, investments, insurance, taxation, and financial crime prevention. Currency value. Currency value refers to the worth of one unit of a currency in terms of another currency or purchasing its power. It is influenced by various factors, including comprehend. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Comprehension. Comprehension refers to the ability to understand or grasp the meaning of something. It involves not only decoding information but also interpreting and integrating it with existing knowledge to construct. That's it.
Awesome job. Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Lewis. Can I go next, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Corporation. A corporation is a company or a group of people authorized to act as a single entity, legally a person, and recognized as such in law. A corporation is a legal entity that is separate and distinct from its owners. Under the law, corporations possess many of the same rights and responsibilities as individuals. Corporations, key points of corporations are they are separate legal entity, they have limited liability, They have ownership structure, transferable ownership, perpetual life, which means even if shareholders or directors change or die, it's still a separate legal entity. Taxation, governance, management, raising capital, which is the ability to raise money by selling shares or stock to investors. Financial law. Financial law is a branch of the law that is focused on regulation and legal aspects of financial markets, including areas like banking, capital markets, insurance, and investment management. Its scope covers commercial banking, as in lending and depositing money, capital markets, as in regulations of governing stocks and bonds, insurance that pertains to products and contracts, derivatives, which entails legal framework for financial instruments, and investment management. Finally, financial law contributes to financial regulation. It helps to establish rules and frameworks for financial markets and institutions. Its purpose is to protect investors and consumers in financial transactions. And then comprehension is the action or capability of understanding something. An example of comprehension would be getting a set of instructions and understanding it fully before doing what the instructions tell you. There are 4 types of comprehension: literal, interpretive, critical, and creative. And that's it for me.
Excellent job. Excellent job. You guys are crushing it. Thank you so much. Is that everybody? There's one missing. You know I'm looking for you every call. If you're here, you know I'm looking for you. You know who you are. Okay. I'm gonna have to call and have a conversation, because if you are going to decide to not participate, I need to know why. Okay, so there will be a call made. Let me move on to the. Hello?
Neuralink, a neurotechnology company founded by Elon Musk that develops
Brain implants.
computer interfaces. Corporation, a company, or a group of people authorized to act comprehension as a single entity. Currency value, the worth of the currency in terms of purchase power. Comprehension is the act of capability of understanding financial law about a branch of law focused on the regulation and legal aspects of the financial markets.
That's it?
think so.
Okay. So let me just say this so that you know where I'm coming from. I'm extremely proud of you for participating. Okay. This is going to help you in the long run. I'm not putting you on the spot. I want you to evolve. Okay. We all evolve at our own pace, but that pace has to have some kind of input. So don't think for 1 second I'm picking on you. I love you, and I want you to be able to present when the time comes later on in life. It has nothing to do with this. It does, because this is going to help you break out of that shell. We all have a shell, okay? So don't even think that you're the only one, because you're not. And I want to thank you for participating. It's very important to me to hear from you. That way I know I'm doing something for you. If I don't hear anything, it kind of makes me feel like, well, maybe I didn't give enough information, or the information, I don't know, it kind of puts something on me. Okay, so that's another shell. I kind of get awkward when I don't hear from everybody. Okay, it makes me feel like I'm not doing a good job. So thank you, number one, for speaking. Number two, it's a work in progress. Okay, I'm proud of you. Just continue. 1 or 2 words, as long as I hear from you. That's important to me. Okay. All right, let's move on. I want to get one more word in. I think I took this one for myself just to go over it. Excuse me. Got spider webs in my throat. All right. Hold on a minute. Okay. Going through something over here. This last word I have talked about before, but I want to put it on your hearts because you're going to start using this process. And it's called purchase order. Purchase order is getting a document from the company that you're buying something for. Okay, it won't be for this, but for something of great value, like a car, motorcycle, boat, I don't know, a chair. Like if you're going to do hair, you got to buy a chair. These things are like $4,000 and $5,000. So anything of significance, you're going to get a purchase order. Now, what is a purchase order? It's a small contract. And the reason why, like I said, these words that I give you coincide with natural things that you're going to be doing in life as an adult, and some as your age now. Corporation, you're all going to have a corporation. Remember, when you go through a promise delivered, you have to have a LLC. Okay, that's your first corporation. You actually have one, 2 of them, as a matter of fact, or 1, depending on whether or not you had a jumpstart position. Comprehension. That's the entire thing that we've been doing since day one. You comprehending evolution of money, where it came from, the next move, the next move, the next move, to right now, which we're in a move. Currency value basically has everything to do with what's getting ready to happen. You know, part of this evolution that we're in is leaving from the debt instrument and coming into a cryptocurrency, digital currency era. That's the evolution you're going into. Okay, so that's the currency value. Financial law is what you need to know to own a corporation. Okay, financial law is also something that you need to know if you're going to participate in any kind of trade, I don't know what's going on, y'all. Any type of trade or anything financially that you go into, if it sounds too good to be true, oh, we'll make sure that you get this much back if you give us this much with no documentation, you already know you're violating financial law. Anything you go into should explain itself. Okay. Either being a website, a document, a contract, verbals they don't fit in there because you can't go back unless you record it. Now, if it's a verbal contract, tell a person you're going into a verbal contract with that you're going to record it. Okay. So a verbal contract has to be recorded to have any kind of standing. I'm fighting my throat, y'all. Bear with me. So financial law is something you have to know. Where you stand in a contract, what kind of finances is being discussed, what the payback process is, what is the time limits, what is the, what happens in this exchange. So financial law, you have to really start to study that in a life-going basis, either a contract that you go into, verbal contract, always record it, or just a paper contract, just basic stuff. Which brings in purchase order, which is a piece of paper, small contract. It's usually going to have the letterhead at the top. It'll have the company name at the top, and in the body, what the description is going to be in the middle, and at the bottom is going to be the total price and taxes, what it would cost to walk out the door with that item. Okay, it's all going to be on one piece of paper. And if you're going, I don't care if it's a laptop, that's a large amount of money. Anything over $100 purchase order, make them put it on paper, because two things happen with a purchase order. Number one, you lock them in on a price. They can't go outside of that price, even if it's on sale. So if it's on sale, you don't present the purchase order. But if it's at its regular price and, let's say it went up a little bit because of this whole thing that we're going through. But if you got that purchase order before it went up, they have to honor that price. Okay, they have to honor it. That's a contract with their letterhead on it and a comprehension of a bottom line. So what it finally really costs, plus taxes and all that other stuff. So whatever that bottom line is what you pay. All right. Again, you bring that back with you when you go to make that purchase. If the item is on sale and it's cheaper than the purchase order, keep it in your pocket. So it's like a backup contract. All right. As you described these beautiful definitions of these words, I hope that you were listening to the words that you were saying. Number one, a corporation is something that can be invested in. Now remember, you guys are going to get LLCs or some sort of corporation. I believe I asked everyone to do LLCs because it's just as easy. That corporation is going to get invested in. Okay? So owning a corporation is vital, number one, and basically what the breadbasket is going to use to invest in you. Okay? Now, there is something else that I'm holding back until the day of launch that I'm going to disclose to all of you. And we'll wait for that day for that to happen. Hopefully it's Monday. Like I said, I've already seen the website, so we're almost there. And you guys, like I said, are going to be in there first. So you definitely need to know the 4 items. Cell phone, which I know all of you have, wallet, crypto debit card, cold storage. you're going to be using all 4 of these things. Okay, you guys are first outside of the company. So you're going to be pushed forward by all of us, just like it would be, you know, in your own home. Your mother and father get behind you and push you. Now you have a whole company that's going to do the same for all of you. Okay, so that's the part that is the reason why we're doing these words, the reason why we come on this call every Saturday is to let you know you are being supported by quite a few people. There's 24 people on here. So in just your learning, you're being supported. So I'm telling you for a fact that the company, A Promise Delivered, is going to support you. So you have everything to look forward to, number one. Number two, I hope that these words and this work that you're putting in helps you to evolve into a solid adult with wisdom and knowledge. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this, so that you're standing strong on your own, not relying on someone else to do something for you. Okay. I'm having the dickens with my throat this morning. Don't know what's going on. I'll work that out as soon as we get off of here. Let's see, 4 words for next week, because I don't want to drag it on too long. We're already at 12 o'clock. Four words for next week. Dividends. Shareholder. Financial. Advisor.
Mr. Lewis, is that one word? The financial advisor?
Yes,
Okay.
it's a title actually. And shareholder, financial advisor, and investor. Bonus. I don't want to, hold on. Another title, board of advisors. So your 4 words: dividends, shareholder, financial advisor, investor. Bonus word, board of advisors. Okie dokie. Any questions?
You said investor was one of the words.
One more time.
Yeah. Did you say investing was one of the words?
Yes, investor.
Oh, investor. All right.
There is a difference. Dividends, shareholder, financial advisor, investor, board of advisors. Any other questions? Okay. I want to share one picture with you. Hold on one second. I have to send it to my email first. Just waiting for it to come through. Oh, come on. Of course, when you want to share something. Oh, they're sideways. That's okay. You get the point. I'm gonna share screen. Do you guys see those?
Yes.
Those are some of the most serious cookies I have ever produced. They're outstanding. I'm going to give away the recipe to the first one that can tell me when the Declaration of Independence was signed.
$17.76.
Go, girl. All right. The wonders of the phone, boy, I tell you. Awesome.
What flavor are the cookies?
Oatmeal raisin.
Oh, okay.
When I tell you ridiculous, I'll never buy them again from the store. Awesome, awesome cookie. All right. So that was Kayla, right?
Yes, it was.
All right. I will text it to you, and I need to see a cookie that you produce. Deal?
You.
All right. I will get that recipe to you. Any other questions before we jump off here?